Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. So today I have a fantastic gameplay for you, and it just came at the right moment. This is again a bit of a low tier tank gameplay. It's not really a review or a first impressions, it's all about the gameplay. So there are so many scenes here that I just wanted to share with you, where I think you can learn a thing from it, and everything in one battle: positioning, patience, situation awareness, and also the knowledge of in-depth game mechanics, and all combined in a beautiful package that is the M4 Hybrid, battle rating 3.7, and a new Italian premium medium tank of rank 2. Is this tank worth it? Probably yes. There are a lot of tanks to research in this patch. Let's just quickly shoot this guy in the back of the turret. Nice. And that is our first kill. I heard this guy's engine sound, and I saw that the cap was capped, but my spider senses were tingling. So now we have already decapped here the cap, and we are going into it. As I was saying, in this patch there is quite a lot of low tier stuff for the Italians to research. We begin with the M3A3, then at rank 3 we have the M24 and the M4A4, and also the Sherman VC and the M18. And so, you know, overall that costs quite a bit of RP, and I think that I haven't played a Sherman in quite a while, and it's always an enjoyable experience. This tank overall is definitely significantly better than the P40 CG Leoncello, but you know, it's about this package, and I want to share with you this scene as well. So first of all, I kept the truck between the other Sherman with the 105 and this guy, and he didn't shoot me, so I could finish him off. He cannot shoot through the truck because he has probably the heat shell in his barrel, and so I bait him into shooting the side of the turret, move forward, he donks the shot, it bounces, but my shell doesn't. And that is the difference about heat and APHE, or APCBC as an APHE shell. So this is just where you shoot with this gun. And a lot of people are looking down on the Shermans in general, and this M3 gun in particular, because they think, oh, it doesn't have the highest penetration, it has no APCR on this tank yet, so what is it really good for? So many other tanks, guns of other nations are just significantly better, the most famous being the Panzer IV series with the long 75, but honestly this 75mm M3 cannon fires every 5 seconds, and it has a low speed stabilizer. Together with the 50 cal, this is an insanely good package. Now the M4 Hybrid, as it is called, is actually not really blessed with the greatest of armor, but in this battle it's just good enough, and overall the tank is just good enough. And this is what a lot of historians said about the M4. And so I think that it was reliable, it just did its job, and yes, in a head-on fight it just couldn't match the Tiger, of course, but that was not what the tank was built. Now what does this mean for the game? You just look at the tank and its capabilities, and you play to its strength. You avoid fights where you have a low chance of getting out of it successfully. You take the one-on-ones, you go for the ambush shots, you go for the peek shots, and you will see this in just a moment throughout the rest of this gameplay. Also, the video title, Containing Your Impatience. I'm always going forward, I'm always trying to bring the fight to the enemy, but that is not always the good playstyle or the thing to do. But in this battle I also had quite a bit of luck. So this shot could have been it. That is another Sherman with the 105, and again the shell bounced. Either that's the same guy and he just had some insane misluck or bad luck with his heat shell, or he had an HE shell on it. Anyway, I'll mark him with my machine gun, giving away his position. There are a lot of team members around this position of B, and this guy, we just get him on the move because we're not after bouncing yet another shot. So we were really lucky this game. Do not rely on this tank's armor though. This was pure luck, and it could have been over right there. So I was really lucky so far. The rest, I think I played really well, if I may say so myself. So now we just are decapping B again, and we're capping it. after we previously capped this cap, and now the enemy capped it, and now we are decapping their capped cap, so we can cap the cap for civilians and RP. Understand? All clearances aside? Good. Another thing is here I could show off a little bit as being the nice guy. And I repair here my teammate. Because, you know, why not? He actually has interrupted his repair coming into the cap, which halves the repair time. And if you help him also repairing, that is another benefit. Now there are a lot of planes in the air. But I'm a Sherman. I have a top-mounted 50 cal. It has a good rate of fire, it has lots of ammunition, and that was just a glitch in the matrix here. That was in the recording. That was a recording. I actually had to edit it out because the sound also mismatched. Sadly, no hacks. After 7 years, I don't know how to do hacks. All that I have is a little bit of skill. Anyway, so here is a IL-2, and obviously he tries to go for the strafes, and I always hit the wingtip here with the machine gun, and that's the third hit, but it's not really damaging. And now he is exceeding the elevation of my M3, and M10 just has killed the Puma that I'd helped to repair, which is a shame. And so finally we actually get the IL-2M, which crashed, which is nice. So here there were 2 shots. I prioritized the M10, and then yeah, the Sherman. Let's hope I bounce the shell. No, he actually donks it into the container. He doesn't have the highest repair speed, reverse gear speed, and I just aimed a little bit too low. So we are now in a kind of a standoff, and this is what isn't so nice. But he's distracted. I noticed this, I dare it, and thanks to the stabilizer, it takes no time to aim, and we get our 7th kill. And now I just know, what the hell happened to you, buddy? And yeah, let's get out of line of fire here. While the reverse gear is not the greatest, with between 3 and 4 kilometers per hour, I still try to get him out of the line of fire. You know, again, I try to be nice here. And I think that this is not always possible at top tier, where the pacing is significantly quicker, where tanks are just, you know, so much faster. Again, another fact of game mechanics is when you use the towing cable, where you actually aim, where the aiming circle is, this is where you will attach the line to the tank that you try to tow. Sometimes this is helpful if then you know about physics and how to flip a tank. Now the problem is I get rudely interrupted here by this guy, and again I am just a touch too low. Tried to go for the turret ring shot, although not the best choice for a M4 Sherman of any sort. Should have gone for the gun mantlet like previously, but now oh, this is not good. From the other side, a tank as well. This is being between a rock and a hard place. The KV-1 skillfully bounces my shell, and I try to push this guy to interrupt his timer, but sadly, yeah, he gets bailed out by Gaijin. The KV-1 is again there. He doesn't look at me, and he does a little bit of a course correction, and that throws off my aim. I wanted to hit him at the edge of the turret where the armor is flat. Now I notice there are quite some tanks coming. I drop an artillery strike on them to help to delay their advance, to help to you know, rob them of their vision, mark them for the rest of my team, all the good stuff. And then you get a turret ring shot. I saw him coming. That is kill number 8. I position myself in such a way that I can't get shot from both sides, and now I think to myself, I cannot further advance. I need to hold this position. But I need to get myself into such an advantageous position where they have to really invest a lot of resources and hopefully tanks to get me. And yeah, if I get disabled right in the crossroads, you know, I can get attacked from both sides. Here, the KV-1, yeah, I saw him over the containers. That is kill number 9. And now I try to work around a lot of stuffs. So the T-34E also got killed. That gave me a kill assist. And I'm thinking about shutting down my engine so they don't know where exactly I am. And I communicate now with my team, help, and I do not dare to type in significantly more messages. The problem with shutting down your engine, if the counter reaches 0, you don't have any juice in the battery anymore, so your turret speed and your gun elevation is lower because they are powered by electric motors. And yeah, if you don't have juice in the battery, everything has to be hand cranked, which is significantly slower, despite you not being damaged. Anyway, so I see that the other Sherman has also taken position behind the other containers, but I think to myself, this is still a good spot. And another kill assist, this time on the M24 that I sadly didn't get with a one-shot. And I marked the positions for my team. You can see I have support on the minimap. We have the cap advantage, we have the points advantage, and now I think I'm getting impatient a little bit. And so those containers, they are providing me with excellent cover from all sides. And also I'm very hard to spot for aircraft. So I'm just waiting. Another thing about game mechanics is some people try to bait out shots. You will see later on more of this in the gameplay. And then you can bait back in simulating that you have shot. So first of all, artillery strike is ready, artillery strike gets used. And so spotting him via the machine gun is very helpful. Now he probably tries to bait here, and you can see this is excellent baiting. I'm thinking about should I bait him? First of all, let's get back some juice in the battery. I had to restart the engine. Now, then again, this is he tried to look like he was baited. Now I decide to hammer his tracks. This is also important. He didn't realize it, but I tracked him. And now there is this little gap in the armor where the transmission stands out a little bit, and from my angle I can shoot inwards. So can I shoot the side of the turret? No, that bounces or doesn't have the necessary penetration, and so I decide to go back, and again we pump in another shot of APCBC round through this transmission armor layout, and we got another kill. Isn't that fantastic? Now you can see I have run through a lot of ammunition in this tank. But again, it is very easy to take a lot of ammunition with this tank into battle because the ammo racks is very compact, very small, and at the bottom of the tank. So if it gets hit, it doesn't really matter how much ammunition you have taken out, it gets probably hit anyway, or you get a crew knockout. But an ammo blowout in this tank is not that common. So now I think to myself, wow, battle seems to be almost done. Thinking about getting some shells back, because if you look at the minimap, A looks awfully exposed. Nothing stands in the way of an enemy tank to go across the main road and to capture it, or at least decap it and stop the enemy's ticket bleed. I have my double A's. I'm really lucky. I have 2 caps, and I think to myself, yeah, let's go into the direction of A, just in case. Somebody dares to cap it before we win. Already this gameplay would be good, right? But now the enemy team is doing me a little bit of favor, because just before they would lose, somebody is decapping it. And this is obviously very, very informative. First of all, there is at least one tank somewhere there, and I position myself in such a way that I could intercept him. And this is very hard to see, just a few pixels, but we catch the T-50. Now on the other side there is an enemy tank. I have no idea what it was, but yeah, just drop an artillery strike on it. Let's just have a look what it is. It's an M10. No way I'm going around that corner. So let's just test his patience, right? Let's back off a little bit. And there is another tank. So this is tricky. This is really tricky. On the other hand, the M10 has a long barrel and a low speed, and he tries to bait me, but that I saw coming. And so I made his barrel red. This guy, I don't know, is Frenching around. Okay, that was a bad joke. But anyway, kill number 12, and just for classical memes, kill number 13. That's amazing. At this point, my adrenaline is rushing through my veins like it never does at top tier, or very rarely. And so I'm really happy. Okay, we have a significant points lead. Okay, there is a Cis 30. Can I get him? No, he was killed by some other teammate. That's just fine by me. And yeah, now we're decapping C. If we cap C, that'll do. That'll do. And now I do another thing, and that is hiding behind those containers, because I just want to make sure that I get some extra awards, which is another last game mechanic. If you survive a battle, you get an extra award, which is the Survivor Award if you get the most kills. It's rather rare, and this is one of the most desirable awards. It also gets rewarded with 5,000 civilians and 7,500 if you have a premium account. So the tickets are bleeding down, we're about to win, and you know what? That's game. Contain your impatience. I think that's a good title for a video, right? You see what I did there, containers. Anyway, look at this result. For 1 plane shot down, 12 tanks killed, 3 kill assists, and 2 caps. We got 157,000 civilian, 17,000 RP without any boosters, but with the premium account and the premium title of the M4 Hybrid, with the Heavy Metal Hero Award, the Survivor Award, and with 4,412 score points. I think that was one hell of a result. This tank is really great. But I hope I could just teach you a few of the game mechanics. That's not all in the game, of course, but how to position yourself, to be patient, to bait the enemies, and also to communicate with your team. All those things are important, and the result was amazing. So that's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, give it a subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields of War Thunder.